have the flu. But as for balanced literacy, from what I've read and sort of what I think, I sort of like bits and pieces for all of them. So what I would use is probably a hybrid. Normally the basal reading, it's part and parcel of being in the school district in that there's certain things that they provide for you that you utilize. But from the literature focus units, I really like the scaffolding and the mini lessons. Um, Particularly because the mini lessons are focused on reading strategies and skills, which I feel are really important and necessary, so that you can build upon and extend your learning and readability skills, so to speak. I like that they focus on vocabulary a lot, and I like that you learn a lot about text factors. Within literature circles, what I would use is that the working with classmates, participation in authentic learning experiences or authentic literary experiences, because I think whenever you connect it to a real experience and you're able to learn that way, it's really important. And I think it just stays better. That connection is formed, and so you're able to understand it a lot better. I like that within the literature circles. I like that they also focus on learning how to respond to literature, and in other words, you're able to form better responses to what you've read, and you're able to interpret it a lot better. I also like that the teacher actually participates within the classroom discussions to sort of lead the discussions or clarifying misunderstandings that the students may have had within their reading. Um, I also really like the reading and writing workshops in that it's appropriate um, reading level material because the students are able to pick the material pretty much. I don't think they should be given carte blanche, but I do think that it should sort of be centered around likes and themes. I really like that within the reading and writing, you work through the stages of writing. Even in grad school, I think working through the stages of writing is extremely important, because when you're able to go step by step and you see that the connection, it's really, really important. Um, I like student-centered activities in that I like when they're able to participate and they have their own sort of viewpoint, and I think it makes it very real for them, and the motivation's really there. Excuse me. And I like when students are able to work at their own pace. Some students just work a little slower, or just need a little more time, and whenever you're just um, I do think there should be some sort of timeline and expectation, but when you're given X amount of time to do something and you're allowed to work at your own pace and you have your sort of, long-term deadline, I think that sort of works, sort of modified within that. Um, I also like that whenever you're doing reading and writing circles, a teacher's able to have the opportunity, excuse me, to work individually with students because you're able to conference and sort of pull them aside and individually. I think really that's one of the only times you get that one-on-one time that you really, really need, and some students really just blossom under that, and receiving that just extra little bit of guidance sometimes is all that they really need to sort of that aha moment comes through for them. So I guess really I'm in favor of an extreme hybrid because I just like little bits and pieces from each one. Um, but really, I guess whenever you're in a classroom, each classroom's different. You just sort of learn what works best for your specific class at that specific time. So I'm hoping, I mean, we don't ever have an ideal classroom, but I think with little bits of each strategy or uh, each of the literacy that you're able to use, hopefully you're a little bit better, more prepared to have a successful classroom year. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you very much.